I felt a great disturbance in the Force, as if millions of voices suddenly cried out in terror and were suddenly silenced. I fear something terrible has happened.
Execute Order 66.
As soon as it made for suicide.
Unfortunately, sometimes things just don't work out. And the older you get, the more this realization seeps into your soul. You become painfully aware of it. Oftentimes, when you're younger, people tell you all these sort of whimsical things like, everything works out in the end. Everything happens for a reason. These are all lies. The only thing that is truly fair in this world is utter chaos.
I'm an agent of chaos. Oh, and you know the thing about chaos? It's fair.
That is it. Everything else is premeditated or morally gray, and shitty at times. And to continue the trend of the gaming industry being completely and utterly garbage and the fact that Star Wars will never be good again, ever in your lifetime. Do you understand me? It's over.
And I will not be the last Jedi.
You know, don't hold out hope. This isn't Star Wars. The Force doesn't balance, ever. Everything is skewed towards the wrong direction. Disney says it's never been good at making video games, and it remains happy with EA's work. That's correct. You heard me right. This isn't a joke. It isn't April Fool's. It's the grim, stark reality of the world. The gaming industry, the movie industry, hell, Hollywood in general. Take an intellectual property that people love, remove everything that the people who made it famous and popular love about it, try and make it mass appealing, remove the soul from it, sell it, whore it out until it's a dead, empty husk, then throw it away. This is how business works today. Prepare yourself. Gaming is only going to get shittier from here. I really have nothing good I can say about this. It's actually shocking. It's disheartening. My mind boggles. It reels. It twists itself into shapes to try and make sense of all of this. The fact that Disney is okay with EA's work is startling. I mean, in 4 years, we've only had 2 mediocre Battlefield games. 2 Star Wars games from a AAA developer, and they were shit. Why didn't Disney just license the game out to multiple developers and companies, and then we could have some variety?
No.
EA gets the whole thing and then pumps out 2 cash grabs. The first one, they rushed to market so fast the game barely had shit to it. You literally had to buy all of the DLCs for Star Wars Battlefront 1 to actually get the full experience of the game. And even that was mediocre and riddled with cheaters. People get pissed off. They shit on it. And even the black guy who played Finn, Brian Boyega, was tweeting EA like, when are we gonna get a single player game? Oh, like you give a shit. EA pretends they hear us because that's what EA does. They fuck up and then they go, we've heard the fans and now we're going to fix everything, you liar.
Lies! Lies! You are the prince of lies!
They make Star Wars Battlefront 2 with a bit of virtual signaling.
Online, they can take your character, lock them in place, have made their character pantsless, and then can simulate sexual assault with your character, and you are helpless to stop it.
The graphics are so good, this attack is eerily realistic. But
They got a writer from IGN to help write the story for Battlefront 2, if you even remember. And this is the same guy. He's that really pasty white dude with the glasses. Can't even remember his name. He's so like... He's literally the epitome of an NPC, what the kids call people today. Like, if you saw this motherfucker in the street, he wouldn't register to you. You'd think he was a plant. He put out a tweet how he admired Anita Sarkeesian for fighting the gaming industry, sexism, and all this other stuff. You ever just see a man who doesn't have balls? He's right there. If you ever trade in your nuts as a man, start wearing a dress and a fucking wig. You know, do us all a favor. Gundam? You're deterring from the story. I woke up at 8 a.m. I saw this shit, had a couple drinks. It's just like, what the hell happened? Well, anyway, you all know the story. Star Wars Battlefront 2, big pile of shit, a big cash grab, a disingenuous wet fart in the face of the fan base. So monumentally greedy it was that governments got involved. EA fucked up so hardcore, they now have legislation being designed to regulate them. And on one hand, you're kind of like, nice. It's good to see EA get the shit kicked out of them. But on the other hand, if you're an adult, you know just how shitty it is to have the government just hooked up into anything. Because then they regulate, they put a whole bunch of bureaucracy. Lord knows they'll try and fit some taxes in there. Well, since we have a division devoted to video games in the government, we had to add an extra 8% tax to it. Oh, go fuck yourself. I'm off point again. I'm just raging here. The Walt Disney Company has a good relationship with Electronic Arts. Yeah, they're both soulless. They both are bankrupt for ideas. They're both morally bankrupt. And they're about as creative as the last shit my dog took. And has no interest in returning to video games. Oh, who gives a shit? Nobody needs them return to video games. Just, you know, I don't know. Maybe let other developers and companies make some Star Wars games. That's all. You know, you want to keep EA on the fold, fine. But at least open it up to some other companies. For the love of God. Wouldn't it be crazy if CD Projekt Red got to make a Star Wars RPG? It'd be something people actually want. Because Lord knows EA isn't going to let BioWare make a fucking Night Zero Republic. It's not going to happen. EA is so busy chasing live services, they can't fucking see straight. EA is literally a company version of a heroin addict. It doesn't give a fuck about anything else going on, long as it can get its next hit. EA is chasing the goddamn microtransaction dragon. And I'm supposed to sit here and be fine with it. I'm supposed to be okay and cool. Like, oh, well, you know, that's just gaming. Oh, God. You already released a Battle Royale at the expense of another Titanfall. Well, you know, Fortnite's made so much money, you don't expect Andrew Wilson to let that shit go. The motherfucker looks like a Bond villain. Oh, God. You look into his eyes, you just see a black void and an abyss. And it's just fucked. You just watch things you love die over and over again. It just makes you bitter the older you get. I'm sitting there like, there's no way Disney is going to let EA keep making garbage games. Wake up, look at this shit. Oh, okay, I see how it is. Disney loves these garbage games. I mean, for God's sakes, they're the ones that made those new Star Wars movies. The ultimate goddamn Mary Sue. The bitch can repair the Millennium Falcon the day she got in it. The most ridiculous shit ever.
Electrical overload.
I can fix that.
This hyperdrive blows are going to be pieces of us in 3 different systems. What'd you do?
I bypassed the compressor.
I've been riding motorcycles for God knows how long. I've only worked on Japanese bikes. If a Ducati broke down, I don't expect myself to understand the logistics of their goddamn dry clutch. I'm sorry, I'm losing it. We're good at making movies and television shows and theme parks. That's a lie. It's a fucking lie. Disney hasn't made a good movie since the 90s. Disney is so bankrupt for ideas. Every 90s movie you saw as a kid that was animated, Aladdin, Lion King, Beauty and the Beast. These motherfuckers are turning into live action movies because nobody has any new fucking ideas. If Pixar doesn't come up with something, Disney doesn't know its head from its asshole. Good television shows. I just saw like the trailer for the Star Wars TV show made by Disney. Horrendous. Horrendous.
Can you imagine what it's like to be an ace pilot?
Good God, I'd rather watch Big Bird fart in my Cheerios. Then you see on YouTube, one guy makes a Star Wars trailer, his own little animated short, and it's beautiful. It's immaculate. It's amazing. This isn't going to be made. They're not gonna, if I was working at Disney, I'd have said, someone find him. Yank him out of his bed. I don't care how you do it. Get me some paramilitary groups. Bring him to me. He will have a job. He will work here at Disney. This boy is the future. Now they're just like, so this is what people want, too bad. We're putting out more crappy Star Wars kid shows. Disney cruises. Don't know shit about Disney cruises. My family, when I was a kid, wanted to go to Disney. They all went to Disneyland. I didn't go. I stayed home and I watched porn. You know, that was me, though. Yeah, I knew where my head was. Sorry, Mom, I'm 10 now. I'm a little too old for Disney. I can give a fuck about the House of Mouse.
Oh, boy. Let's make more horrible games with EA. That's exactly what the children want. Oh, boy. More disappointment and man tears.
Sorry, I just got up, so my Mickey ain't on point. Coincidentally, Electronic Arts was holding an earnings call at the same time Disney. During this call, EA confirmed another Star Wars game, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, would be out this year. Iger seems unaware of some of the drama surrounding EA's recent handling of the Star Wars brand, or unconcerned when the analyst asked him for his thoughts on where the video game fit into Disney business moving forward. Oh, that's good. The man's so far in his ivory tower, he doesn't know or give a shit how bad the thing is gone. Because at the end of the day, I guess they get their money, you know? At the end of the day, Disney gets their money. It doesn't matter if the game comes out and does shittily. Disney gets paid. We're obviously mindful of the size of the business, Iger said. Over the years, as you know, we've tried our hand at self-publishing. We've bought companies, we've sold companies, we've bought developers, we've closed developers, and we found over the years that we haven't been particularly good at self-publishing side, but we've been great at licensing side, which obviously doesn't require that much allocation of capital. Since we're allocating capital in other directions, we've just decided that the best place for us to be is in a space of licensing and not publishing. We've had good relationships with some of those we've licensed to, notably EA and the relationship on the Star Wars properties, and we're probably going to stay on that side of the business and put our capital elsewhere. That doesn't even answer the fucking question. They asked him if he knew about the Star Wars controversy, and he's just like, well, we're really good at licensing things. And we're going to continue just to license things and let other people make the money for us. We just sit back. Now, fuck this. Fuck you, not buying another thing Star Wars, you cocksuckers. And I hope other people follow suit, but they won't. So, why even bother? Fuck it. Rate, comment, subscribe, and share my stuff. Because frankly, YouTube's new algorithm is out to crush anybody that isn't super, hyper, progressive, if you know what I mean. And I feel I'm pretty damn liberal, but let's face it, I have a potty mouth, and I use common logic. Common sense, too. So it's not very popular in today's age of feelings. And if you need me, I'm going to take a huge shit, man. After looking at this, I got like one killer headache, bro. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.